everybody. Let me see. Am I all? Yes, I'm all set up. Gotta get the hair ready for, let's do one more topic today, okay, guys? You might be tired. Maybe it's after work for you. Maybe you've just come back from studying at ULC, but I just want to teach you one more thing today about our relative clauses, okay? So if you haven't already, I need you to go back and in YouTube, you search on YouTube, look for ULC relative clauses first, because I have another video that teaches you the basics of relative clauses for our students who are maybe elementary or maybe they're pre-intermediate. You may not have studied this before, right? This grammar called relative clauses. So if you haven't, please watch this video first. Watch ULC relative clauses first. But after you're done with that, then you can learn about this special rule for this grammar, right? We have a special rule, and in English, we're just going to call it omission. Omission just means to remove, right? To take out, to remove, right? Omission, just to remove, okay? So that's the idea here. So we're going to see in these sentences, we have these relative pronouns. We have words like the word that. See the word that? Here I'm using that as a pronoun in a relative clause. So the iPad that I used to teach this class is new, right? I'm telling you about the iPad I'm using to take these notes right now, right? I'll say the iPad that I use to teach this class. Which iPad? This one. The iPad that I use to teach this class, okay? So I'm giving you that information. And then here, I'm going to give you information about the iPhone, right? I could say, oh yeah, the iPhone that has 3 cameras is very expensive. My iPhone has 2 cameras. But maybe some of you, you've seen the new, iPhone 11, iPhone 12, I don't know what number they're on now, but some of them have 3 cameras now. So for these, I want to see, can I, right? My question is, can I remove this? Can I remove this? Is it okay? Do I need to have that whenever I'm giving this information about the iPad and the iPhone? Now, what you have to think about is, where is the subject? Because in English, the rule is, I can remove this if it's not acting like a subject. So now let's see, you guys remember? Maybe I'll show you quickly my English 101. If I say subject, I have my verb, and I have my object, right? Subject, verb, object, right? You guys learned this in your beginner class, your elementary, right? You'll learn that there are usually 3 pieces, right? I like pizza. Really, really easy, right? The subject is the person or the thing doing the action, right? I like, right? Or maybe we'll do one more. I'll say, right? I study English. Okay, again, really simple. We're going to have the I, which I'll put an S as our subject. We have our study, our verb, and then English is our object. It answers study what, right? This is our object. So those 3, subject, verb, object. Subject, verb, object. So if I look here, if I go back to my sentences, right here, I want you to look specifically at this part. Okay. So do we see a subject? Do we see a verb? Do we see an object? Okay. let's look here. If I have, right here, if I have the I, the use, okay, and we have the word that, right? So here, do you see a verb? Yeah, you guys got it, right? Use is a verb. So the verb, I know where the verb is. So I need to think about this verb. What is the subject of this verb, right? What uses, right? Or who uses, what uses. For this one, I'm thinking of a person. I'm thinking about myself. So I say, I use. So the subject is I. That, remember, that is referring to the iPad, right? So I could change this sentence. I could say, I use, right? I use the iPad to teach this class, right? That's the idea here. I use the iPad to teach this class. All right? Whoops, uh-oh. It went very, very small. Technology, there's always something with technology. Okay, that's better. Okay, so here I know my subject's here, my verb's here, and then the that works like an object. So if that's the case, if I know the subject's here, I actually don't need the that. I can take the that and I can remove it. My subject is safe. One more time. My subject is safe. I can remove it. But let's look at this second example. That has 3 cameras, right? This is my relative clause. Let's look again. Where is my verb? Where is my verb? Okay. So we knew that this, right? Use was a verb, right? You guys also know has. Have, has is a verb. And then again, I have to think, what is the subject of the verb, right? Ours before was the I use. This one has, what has? Ah, we're talking about the phone, right? We're saying the phone has. Or here we say that has. We're using that instead of phone. So that is working like our subject. It's acting as a subject, right? The 3 cameras actually is has what? Has 3 cameras. That's our object. So if it's right here, if our that is the subject in place of the phone, we cannot remove the that. We have to keep the that safe. We cannot omit. So what you have to do is always look. Always look. Do you have a subject like this? Then you can remove. If you don't have a subject like that, if the subject is the that, or the who, or the, right, or the which, if this acts like the subject, that has, right, then you cannot remove. Okay, I'll give you one more example here using who. Okay, and as before, I'm going to show you the relative clause. Take a second, look at that. First, what is our relative clause here? Remember our first example, we used that. All right, this one, we're using the who. So there's my who and my who. Okay, and same pattern as before. Let's look. Let's go hunting for the pieces of the sentence, right? First, let's find our verbs. Okay, verbs. Okay. Oh, there's one. There's a verb, our word taught. Okay, teach taught. And we have the word met. Those are both verbs. Okay. And then let me see, can I find any subject? Right? Maybe this time blue. Let's see if we can find any subjects. subject, right? The subjects of the sentence. Okay. I think we have the same pattern as last time, right? Here, we're using who to say taught me. Taught me? Who taught me, right? It's working as a pronoun. Our relative pronoun is the subject. But then here, I see one, right? You see it? Met. Who met? I met. Okay, so our subjects are safe. Okay, so which one can I remove? Okay. I think you guys see it. If, as before, if the subject is safe, if the subject is not the relative clause, not the who, where, that, right? Or the who, that, which, all of those. If it's not the subject, right? This is not the subject, so I can remove it because our subject is safe. This one, the who is the subject, I cannot remove. All right. So I think that's all I had for you guys. Yeah. So I hope that helps you understand when we can remove or omit the relative clause. All right. So as always, if you have any questions or if you're not sure, please comment below. We have a lot of other videos here on YouTube. Please take a look. If you love this video and want to learn when new videos will come, please click subscribe and I'll see you in the next video. So until then, have a great week.